how long until these roommates with the fancy dorm room hate each other? I will have you know that we do not hate each other still. I was like threatened a lot. People are roasting me, people are being nice to me. Are people gonna hate me at school? I don't know. Hey, what's up? It's Lindy. Welcome back to your favorite mukbang channel. Today, I'm just kidding. I'm going to be getting ready while eating my breakfast and talking about the craziest thing that happened to me in my college career. I don't know if I should even call it crazy, but just like maybe the coolest thing to me that happened. I don't know how many of you guys are aware, but my freshman year, 2016, I posted a picture of my dorm when I moved in, and this is the picture. I tweeted it, and then it got like some retweets. It wasn't crazy. I was just talking about this on TikTok last night. It wasn't crazy, but it got enough retweets to get kind of noticed by some news outlets. Southern Living did a story. It was a whole ordeal. It goes a lot deeper than that, and there was a lot more to it. So I was like, let me film a video on here and talk about it, because I really, I can't believe I haven't talked about it yet. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Lindy. I'm a senior at the University of Mississippi. And I make college, lifestyle, fashion, and Instagram editing content over here, or whatever else I could freaking come up with. I don't like to limit myself too much. Today I have to film another video, so I figured that while I was getting ready to film my other video, I would just sit here and talk about this story, because I've never done like a story time and I've needed to talk about this. So let's throw it back to 2016. I was a senior in high school and also a freshman in college. Not at the same time, but you know what I mean. Summer before my freshman year of college, I knew, by the way, I just have like some residual mascara under here, and I'm using the oil-free eye makeup remover from Neutrogena. I've used this stuff since like literally middle school. Anyway, so I knew that Ole Miss people decorated their dorm and went all out, and I loved it. Now, I'm from Illinois, so I wasn't like positive how to do it, where to get stuff, what the procedure was. But my roommate that I actually met through the weirdest way possible, which I have a video on as well, I'll link it. She's from Mississippi, and she kind of knew like what stores to get furniture and like headboards made at, and like she knew the places to go that knew the dimensions to make our hutches and that kind of thing, that I was just like, I don't really know what to do. Whenever we like connected online and started texting, I knew I wanted to decorate my room, and she obviously did too, because like I said, this was like very common for certain dorms at Ole Miss, even other dorms, you know? It wasn't like I would not have just pulled this stunt out of nowhere. We both were really excited to decorate our room, and I'm like, what color do you want to do, whatever? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, honestly, I want to do light blue, because I have some light blue stuff for my room at home. It used to be light blue. And she's like, okay, that's fine with me. By the way, sorry that this is, I'm gonna clean after I get ready. She gets like some of the stuff made. She got the headboards made, the bedding made, all this whatever. I got all the accessories because I didn't have a trailer and I didn't have a way to get like headboards and hutches there. I brought lamps, like little decorations to style our hutches, to style our dresser. I brought paintings, bulletin boards, letters for the wall, that kind of stuff. So here we are. It is a hot ass August day in Mississippi. I wanted to throw up. I remember waking up in the hotel and I was like, I'm literally gonna throw up. I'm gonna throw up. We get to the room, and by the way, I'm just gonna do like a natural makeup moment. Also, I went to Dunkin' and got the Beyond Sausage sandwich, because I don't eat meat, but I don't really want the egg. But at that point I was too nervous to say, can I have it with no egg? So I was like, I'll just pick the egg off. And this smells really good. I haven't had a breakfast sandwich like that years. So we get there, we start moving stuff in. It was so hot, I was like, I'm gonna pass out, I'm gonna throw up. I walk into the room, it's a cinder block jail cell. I'm like, there's no freaking way that I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm so scared, I can't believe it, whatever. So we start moving in, and the room slowly starts coming together, and I'm like, oh wait, shoot, I meant to take a before picture, because I knew I wanted to post a before and after. So I took a before picture, and like our parents were moving the beds, and it was like not a very pure before, but whatever. We moved in, took a picture, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go eat dinner with my parents. And my parents and my brother and I went to Gus's Fried Chicken on the square. It doesn't exist on the square anymore. Still exists in Oxford, but anyway, I used to eat meat. So there I am at Gus's Fried Chicken posting the tweet. And I'm in the line or whatever, I post the tweet. I close my phone, I'm ordering my fried chicken, whatever. So I'm sitting there at the table, and I go to check Twitter, and I see that the tweet is picking up. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no. So anyway, there I am at Gus's Fried Chicken, sweating. The tweet is gaining traction. For some reason, I was too afraid to tell my parents or my brother that this was happening, because people were like kind of being really mean. Like some people, like it started people being nice, and then one person quoted it being like kind of mean, and that's really started taking off, and people started quoting it, and people started like, I guess, just really going off about it. And that's when I learned that controversy leads to virality. So anyway, yeah, so a lot of people were fighting, not liking it. A lot of people were defending me, and that was really sweet. But people that I've never met before were like, these girls just wanted to have fun. I'm like, thank you. But yeah, so people were really roasting me, and I was like, this is kind of hurting. I'd never been in a situation like that before where people were literally attacking me on the internet. So I was too afraid to tell anyone. Let's try this. Yummy. I also got an iced coffee with almond milk and caramel. Okay, so I go to the bathroom at Gus's because I literally thought I was gonna throw up. Because I was just so like nervous and had anxiety about, like, my parents were leaving me in Mississippi the next morning. And the internet was like attacking me, and I was like, oh my god, this is how I'm gonna start off my first, you know, like my first step into all this is my dorm room has been viral, and people have extremely varying, starkly contrasting opinions on this dorm room. People are roasting me, people are being nice to me. Are people gonna hate me at school? I don't know. I mean, that's a fear you have regularly. And then add this whole like internet to it, I'm like, oh no. So I texted Abby.
Abby's my roommate.
And I was like, dude, look at my tweet. Look at my tweet. And she's like, no freaking, sorry, I gotta pull my thing up. Anyway, she's like, no way, oh no. And I'm like, yeah, people are going in. Whatever, my parents dropped me off, I still hadn't told them. And I roll up to campus, because I was gonna stay the night in my dorm. I pull up, I'm like, Abby, I have to delete the tweet. Like, I have to delete it, I can't. We needed to get rid of this. And she was like, no, keep it, Lindy. This is okay, it's okay. People are mean on the internet, you're gonna be fine. And I'm like, shoot, dude, I don't want this up. This is like, it's not harming her, because she didn't have to read the notifications when I mean, she read the comments too, but, you know. Anyway, I didn't delete it, because Abby told me not to. The next day comes, it's still going, it's popping off. I stayed up so late that night, reading people's replies. And if you've ever had like anything like that on the internet, you know what I mean. Like, you shouldn't read the replies. Like, you shouldn't read the comments, or at least you shouldn't take them to heart. But anyway, I stayed up all night taking them to heart. And the next morning my parents came to say bye, and they came to my dorm and they gave me a hug and they said goodbye, and they closed the door, and I cried one tear. There was not time for one tear to come out of my eye before I was like, I have got to tell my parents what is going on. They still did not know. So they're in the car, my mom, my dad, and my brother, heading back to Illinois. I called them up and I'm like, hello? My dorm room has gotten thousands of retweets. I mean, it was only 2,000, but people were going in. And people are roasting me, and like, I don't know how to act right now. Anyway, my parents were really excited about it because, again, they didn't have to freaking face the hate. They were like, oh, this is so fun. I'm like, shoot, is it? So anyway, that kind of helped all of us ease in to me being at Ole Miss, because like, they didn't have time to be sad on the drive home because my parents were like watching it all unfold, and I was watching it all unfold while I was alone. So after I get off the phone with my parents, I checked my email, or I don't remember how this came about, but somewhere I either had a DM or an email that was like, hi, I'm a BuzzFeed reporter. I think that the BuzzFeed reporter commented on my tweet, like replied to my tweet and was like, hey, I work for BuzzFeed, we want to do a story on this. And I was like, uh-oh. Oh no. And Abby was like, do it, we're gonna do it. And I'm like, shoot, okay, fine, we're gonna do it. So I emailed BuzzFeed, the BuzzFeed reporter, and she's like, are you guys available for a video interview today? And we're like, oh god. So we immediately both get up, we're getting ready, we're kind of like setting up an interview spot on our little futon in our room. We're like, yeah, that'll be fine. I was so nervous, but I mean, what are you gonna do in that moment? Nothing. You're gonna do it. BuzzFeed wants a video interview, you give them a video interview. So there I am, video interviewing with BuzzFeed on the day before my first day of college classes starts. And we told them all about the dorm situation, and the story came out, I believe, later that day or the next morning. It was super quick after. They have that quick turnaround, you know. So the video, or the story, comes out from BuzzFeed, and I'm checking my email and getting emails upon emails from reporters and companies. I mean, we were on Good Morning America, like, we were on their online thing, but also I think they talked about us on the show, and we were on Yahoo's homepage. We were on BuzzFeed and Daily Mail's Snapchat stories all the time. We were on Today, the Today Show talked about us on their website, Pop Sugar, like local news stations a bunch, Teen Vogue, I remember that. I think Cosmo maybe did like an online story. So that was fun. And then people also like roasted us. Like, there was, I mean, obviously there's gonna be mean articles, But there was one, this title just came up. How long until these roommates with the fancy dorm room hate each other? I will have you know that we do not hate each other still. It is, what, my senior year now? The end of my senior year, and Abby and I are still good friends. We went to a music festival last year together. I'm hoping that I'll get to go hang out with her for a weekend this year. She goes to a different school now, but it's still like it's like 2 hours away from Oxford, so I still try and get down there to visit her some. But we don't hate each other. We got along really well. That was like, we were really lucky because we really like were very compatible as roommates. So anyway, we're in all of these news sources. It was the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. People were very nice to my face about it at least. And then opportunities started coming that I was too afraid to take. There was one time that a hotel messaged us and wanted us to, like within the next day or like 4 days, fly to Arizona to help them like decorate their hotel lobby. And at the time I was like, this is literally such a scam. They're making money off of our likeness. Like, we weren't gonna get paid anything. We were just gonna go stand down there and they were gonna put us on their social media or whatever, you know. I was like very stubborn about it, and Abby was like, come on, let's do it. And I was very stubborn. I was like, I'm a very stubborn person, but anyway. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't know, it was like the first week of our freshman year. I was already nervous. I didn't want to miss all that class, and they were just gonna profit off of us. And I was like, look, we're not getting paid anything. This is kind of a rip. So we didn't do it, and I do regret it because it would have been an experience that I don't have now. But I also can't regret it because at one time that was a decision I made. So we also got a call one time, or a email about being on a TV show. Not Ellen, but you would recognize the host. I don't want to talk about it though because we actually did sign NDAs. Oh, well, you know what? I actually don't remember if we signed the NDAs or not, because I was like upset about the NDA stating like, or maybe it was like some kind of agreement, I don't know, but it was something like you couldn't appear on anything else or answer any interviews, do anything until the show aired. And I was like, the show might not air for weeks. I didn't want to limit myself like that. And I was like, they might be taking advantage of us too. I've never freaking, like, I didn't want to miss all that school to be taken advantage of. I don't know. But looking back on it, taken advantage of or not, it would have given us press, and it would have given us clout, and it would have been an experience that I don't have now. So I really do regret that. So if I had any advice for anyone, I would just say do everything that you can do, because I kind of learned that through the year. I was like, gosh, I kind of wish I would have taken those opportunities. And by I literally do mean I, because Abby was going to take them and I was very stubborn and was like, I don't think we should do it. Anyway, sorry Abby. I know she was like, Lindy, I want to kill you, but I was too scared, okay? That summer we actually got another email about a casting for, or like a pilot. They're going to film a pilot for a show about dorm decorating. And they asked us to go film it, and we're like, look, sure, we're doing it, 100%. But like I said, I know how TV works, not because I've been in it, but just because I know how it works, because I've heard about how it works. And I know that it's a very quick turnaround, and they're like, we need you in New York in like 3 days. And I'm like, okay, that's fine, we'll do it. And they're like, we're gonna pay for your flights. I'm like, okay, cool. Abby, you fly to St. Louis, we'll fly together out of St. Louis, come from St. Louis area, and we'll go to New York. Abby flies to St. Louis, and we hadn't heard anything about our flights, like updates, and we were supposed to leave the next day. So we're like, this is kind of weird. But whatever, I'm trying not to admit that I've been scammed. I wasn't really scammed about anything, but Abby gets to my house. Well, she doesn't even get to my house. She lands, her plane lands. This is such a side tangent, but her plane lands in St. Louis, and I get an email that's like, sorry, we're no longer doing the pilot. Like, it's over. It was nixed. And I'm like, okay, well, Abby's about to get off the plane and turn her phone on and see this. So what the hell are we gonna do? So Abby ended up coming to Branson with me. Branson, Missouri. And my Midwesterners, y'all know Branson. So anyway, we went to Branson. My family was going. We had a really good time. But that's how it freaking works. And I didn't want to be scammed like that my freshman year. And I don't know. I was like, I just wanted to play it as safe as I could at the time. But anyway, that was such a side tangent. The dorm kind of chilled out. We went through rush, and all was, you know, all was normal. Abby ended up transferring second semester, spring semester. She transferred. So I was all by myself. It was kind of sad, but I got, you know, used to it. Everything had pretty much died down. I was kind of getting used to being away and everything when I got a message. I can't remember if it was an email or how they reached out to me. It could have been Facebook Messenger. That was like, hey, this is Southern Living. Hello. We would like to film a video about your room. Now this, I was like, that is exciting, because I mean, who doesn't love Southern Living? I knew that this would pop off. We were in Mississippi. I'm like, this is gonna be good. I knew they were gonna do good work because it's Southern Living. So I'm like, totally 100% I'm down, let's do it. I text Abby. Our whole room was still set up, I will have you know, because Abby's the sweetest, and she's like, I have nothing to do with all of this furniture, and I'm not gonna leave you here in a mess of a room, so I'm just gonna leave all my stuff. And I was like, that's fine with me, because I don't want to mess our room up and be living in squalor. Abby's like, cool, let's do it, I'm down. I texted Southern Living back, or emailed them, however the freak I did it. We coordinated a time, and then that was that. Abby came into town on like a Thursday or a Friday. I didn't go to class. I should have gone to class, but we wanted to prepare that whole day because Southern Living was coming that afternoon. So I skipped my classes, and we went and got donuts to set out. We cleaned the whole room. Our friends helped us like clean it the whole night before as well. My friend Sarah helped us make like a drape out of fabric, or like out of a towel that we tension rodded over a part of our desk that had a bunch of crap in it, so we hid that. One of our friends, I think Carly, was in there, and she helped us like scrub the carpet because we had stains on the carpet. So anyway, it was a lot of fun getting ready for that. Southern Living rolls up, but not before they sent an email. I mean, this, not Southern Living, but Ole Miss had to send an email. I'm sure this was just like legally, but it was so awkward. That said that Southern Living was coming to film one of their dorm rooms on campus. And they were like, they should not film anything else. Don't worry about the camera crews. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me, because I was just trying to keep this on the low, and I like clout, you know. Here's the thing, I love some clout, but I was nervous about that. I was a freshman in college, and everyone had already seen my first ordeal, and I was like, look, I really don't want people to know that this is happening until it comes out. Well, too late, they already emailed the whole student body, so everyone in my dorm knew, everyone on my floor knew, everyone was outside watching the camera crews. Anyway, they were the sweetest girls, came to film us, and they did a little interview. We got mic'd up, and we talked about our room, and it was, I mean, it was really fun. I can't remember where we ended up eating after, but I remember Abby and I went to eat, I think, after. We packed Abby's stuff up that she'd brought in, and she went home. And I went about my normal life until, like, I think they came to film in maybe, like, March. It was, like, late March or, like, mid-April that the video came out. And I didn't know that the video was coming out. I don't know if they'd emailed me or if they didn't email me, but all I know is I was minding my business. My friend Sally and I were sitting on the porch on the upstairs balcony of FIMU. She was like, oh my god, Lindy, the video came out. I'm seeing it right now on my Facebook. And I was like, don't play it. Do not play it out loud. Don't play it out loud. Please don't play the video out loud. She clicks on it, obviously, and I have to hear my voice. And I'm like, and I hear my infamous line, welcome to Ole Moose, when they open the door. First of all, I have the deepest freaking voice. We know this. But why did my voice sound so deep in the video next to Abby's? We have the oddest voices. And that's honestly how I knew I was going to get along with Abby, because I can't match people when they're like, hey, what's up? You know, I can't match that. Like, no hatred. That's literally just a voice. I just can't match it. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm not excited to talk to people. I just literally, this is my voice. So, when I met Abby and she was like, hey, I was like, oh, okay, we're good. We're gonna be good friends. Abby opens the door and she's like, hey, because she was trying to speak like a girl. And I was like, I'm just gonna talk normally. And the Southern Living people were like, yeah, just talk normal. So I was like, welcome to Ole Moose. And I will never get over how my voice sounded in that. Anyway, that haunts me. I actually really liked the video. I thought it was really well put together and so fun, and a fun document to have, so that way we never lose like track of our room. They also filmed a like 360 thing, like, you know, those those cameras that are like circles. So they filmed one of those so you can like virtual reality around our room, or just like pull around on the screen and see what the room looked like, which I'm like really thankful that they have. I've downloaded the video off YouTube because I wanted to have it so that I could watch it for like my life to come, you know, and like kind of go back and relive being in there. So they posted the video on Facebook and it was popping off. People were roasting me again, but at this point I was like kind of ready for it. But I mean, the amount of people and like the kinds of people that roasted me is what really gets me, because it really is the people that are like, I'm a good Southerner, and this girl is the bane of my existence. I hate her. She's disgusting. And I'm like, dude, that's not how good people treat each other. People, like, I was like threatened a lot. Like, people were like, you're gonna get murdered. Like, some people really threaten some things, like violence against women, that I'm like, I can't believe you would say that. Or like disgusting things about Abby and I, and I'm like, why would you say that? And then also people were like, just wait until they throw up on their beds. We never threw up on our beds. I don't know why you would throw up on your bed. I'm like, literally, I go to wellness, I go out too, but like, why would you throw up on your bed? And also, if you're freaking throwing up all the time, like, that's not necessarily the most healthy or normal behavior. So it's confusing. But anyway, also people's like I would see fathers with like young daughters comment disgusting things, and I'm like, did your like, would you want someone to say that to your daughter online? Probably not. If I had to guess, probably not. So people really roasted us, and a lot of people also thought like, I can't believe you're just gonna throw all this away when the year's over. And I'm like, when in the world did I say that? I would literally never. Y'all don't know that I have hoarding tendencies. Just to speak on that a little bit. Abby's parents are the sweetest, and they had a bunch of this stuff made. So like, they DIY'd the dresser, and they had the headboards made and the bedding, and they didn't make me pay for it because they were like, we're just gonna use it next year for Meredith, so we'll just buy them both. And I'm like, okay. So shout out to you guys for that one. They took the headboards back sophomore year, and I lived in a like tiny cottage sophomore year. And then come my junior year, I was moving into the sorority house, and I knew no one was using the headboards anymore. So I messaged Abby and I was like, hey, are you guys using the headboards? And Abby was like, I actually had the headboards pushed together at the house that she was living in to make like a king bed. But she's like, I've been wanting to get a actual king headboard, and I've been wanting to get rid of these headboards, so I'm glad you asked. So I'm like, okay, I'll buy the headboards back off of you. So I bought the headboards off of Abby. And then Mackenzie bought one of the headboards for me junior year, and we had the headboards in my dorm junior year. We also used the lamps in my dorm junior year. Prior to that, the lamps lived in my bedroom. Oh no, the lamps were in my house sophomore year. And then I'm still using the headboards at my sorority house now. And I'm gonna sell them at the end of the year to somebody in the sorority house, like my like whoever's living there, you know. I'll let them buy them just because they're so big and bulky to move around. And then the dresser in between our beds Abby has in her room now. Let's see, what else is even in there? The hutches Abby sold. The canvas is mine. It's somewhere in my house, like our little canvas painting. The gold letters that say Rebels, or Rebel, I don't even know what it says, but that is in my dorm at school now, and it's been with me for all 4 years now. The bulletin boards that we had are in my house now, like the little decorations, like the gold box and everything. That's in my room now at school. I think the bedding is sold now, mostly. I mean, I had we both have monogram pillows that we got, and we both still have those. And I believe she or I has the 203 pillow. Or maybe somebody that lives in 203 now has it. I actually can't remember. I don't think I have it. I don't know what the deal is with that pillow. I don't know where that is. So anyway, we would never throw stuff away. I mean, I would never allow that to happen. People do that, but not me. People always ask, like, how did you guys do this? I don't know. We just knew that we wanted to do blue. And then Abby went to the fabric store, sent me some fabric. We discussed which one we liked the most. We picked it. They mailed me fabric samples. And me and my mom went to TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Goodwill, you know the drill, and went around and found stuff. Of course, I sent Abby pictures of everything and was like, hey, do you like this? And that's how we did it. And I try not to say that I regret things because, like I said earlier, that was a decision I made at one time, and that was the decision that I felt was right at the time. And I can't go back and be in that time, you know? So I try not to regret things, but I do regret not making a YouTube channel then, because that could have been my clout, you know, instead of Southern Living's clout. But like I also said, I was very scared. People were threatening me. People were being very mean to me, and I didn't want to give them more fuel at the time, and I didn't have the confidence built up personally to do that yet. While it sucks, it is what it is. And if we're being real, I wish I had a YouTube channel in high school, but I didn't have the confidence then either. So here we are now. Anyway, so that's pretty much the story of that. And if you learn anything from this, act on opportunities that come your way. Hey you guys, my camera died in the middle of my rant. But anyway, just, you know, take hate comments and brush them off because they freaking suck. But anyway, that's the story. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, follow me over here. I have some really fun videos coming up the next couple days, and I'm really excited to share them with you, so thanks.